I made a small mistake in my last video, and I have to thank you guys for pointing it out. Notice how you don't need fact checkers when your comments don't have disabilities and you actually have the public being able to point out to the correct information. But the mistake was that I said the CEO should be prosecuted for what happened. And I was unaware that he's actually inside the submarine. Still, that doesn't change the fact that if he manages to get out alive, and I do hope he does, along with the rest of the people, he should still be prosecuted. I mean, this is definitely unacceptable. What seems to have happened is a very greedy corporation, which has done everything possible in order to skim corners. Even said that he's not hiring any old white guys, right? Because they cost a lot. Number one, and number two, the last person that got hired said that it's a death trap. So that person ended up getting sued, right? Talk about fuck around and find out. So you have like $250,000 a ticket, and yet you operate the sub with like a $20 PS3 controller. I know that the controller is a meme at this point, but it's just like a highlight of just how many corners got skipped in order for this to happen. Like, it was a tragedy just waiting to happen, and there was one passenger, as I mentioned, which actually paid for the ticket, but when he looked and investigated the contraption, said that, okay, well, I'm not going to go there because it doesn't look safe. And I wonder how he feels right now. I wonder how he woke up this morning and realizing just what a bullet he dodged. But I do want to point out like something that I find interesting. There's a lot of people on Twitter, all of them left-leaning, by the way. I'm pretty sure there must be like some far-right individuals as well, but it's almost overwhelmingly like communists with hammer and sickle in the bio, because that's how I know they're left-leaning. And they're very happy about this, right? Like, they're very happy that this is happening to rich folk. And I'm generally curious, like, first of all, do they understand what is going on? Like, do they actually understand what those people are going through right now? But secondly, do they actually genuinely feel happy? Like, this is my question, you know, do they actually feel a dopamine rush, or is it that they are just saying the things that needs to be said in order to please their friends, you know? And if that's the case, then maybe you should get better friends. I mean, Jesus Christ. The second thing is, if you actually know what is going on. So, like, if they are on the bottom of the ocean, it's not just the air that's the problem. Like, first of all, they're probably starving, because they haven't ate anything for a while, right? I mean, this sub wasn't equipped with food in order to last for so many days. Secondly, they probably don't even have where to poop, right? So, like, those are, like, the things that are the annoyances. Because when you look at the fact that they're on the bottom of the ocean, surrounded by freezing water, it's like they're in a refrigerator right now, and they have been like that for the last couple of hours. I mean, it's hell on earth. It's unimaginable what those people must be going through. And this is assuming that the sub is still intact, because you're going to hear cracks. You're going to hear all sorts of sounds, which is due to the water and the pressure that is trying to break into the sub. So imagine trying to sleep like that, you know, like hearing all those cracks and knowing that every second the water can burst in. And on top of that, you don't know if help is going to arrive. The oxygen is depleting. And there is also this 4chan post, which I don't know how credible it is, but apparently it says that the Titanic music, like My Heart Will Go On, keeps playing over and over again. I mean, if that's the case, you also have to look at sleep deprivation. I just... Anyway, you know, it is what it is. I guess I have a little bit more empathy than the ideology that constantly preaches empathy and human dignity and understanding and all of that. You know, I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Like, it's just a horrible thing to go through. And apparently it's could get even worse. They're saying that the sub probably has, quote-unquote, ran out of oxygen by now, because even if they do find it, it's going to be very difficult to get the people back to surface, because it takes around 8 to 10 hours in order to pull the sub up from the bottom of the ocean, and they have around 7 hours of oxygen left. So the thing that they're hoping is that the sub actually managed to surface, because it is possible. And apparently it's not designed to be opened from the inside, which means that even if it did surface, the people could still suffocate to death, because there would be no way for them to get out of the sub. So yeah, I mean, imagine what the families are going through. Well, I don't have to imagine, because one of the stepsons from a person which is inside the sub apparently took pictures with an OnlyFans girl just yesterday. So I do hope that those people make it. I'm really curious what the stepfather would have to say given the situation. But all in all, take into account they have no water as well. It, I can't imagine the atmosphere that must happen in there. And I just can't imagine what they're doing to that CEO as well. I mean, they put him in that position. Of course, they don't have access to the same information that we do, so from their point of view, it can look like, well, everything was supposed to go fine. I mean, this is a piece of high-tech equipment, and something must have failed. You know, the CEO has done his due diligence. Like, they probably don't know about any of the things that we can see on the internet, about the fact that he wouldn't hire professionals, about the fact that he actually sued someone that said that the sub is dangerous, right? So the people inside have no idea, but still, it's interesting. So I guess we're going to see, by the end of the day. I still hope that they're going to be recovered, and it's going to, if that happens, you're going to also get some very interesting stories. Definitely the lawsuits will happen the next day. And yeah, it's going to be a fascinating read. In the meantime, I will do my best in order to stay away from Twitter, because honestly, like, what some of these left-leaning individuals are posting regarding to this is very depressing. Like the thing is, like, I'm sure if one of their rich activists was in that sub, and you would have posted what they are posting, they would get very upset. And they would immediately try to get the Trust and Safety Council on your ass. Like if AOC, which is also a millionaire, or Bernie Sanders, or, one of the people that bought large mansions, if any one of those was in the sub, and you would say, like, literally copy-pasting the stuff that the leftists are saying about the rich right now, oh, they would get very upset. It's interesting how that works, right? Like, I guess, like, some rich people are good and some rich people are bad, depending on the ideology that they're espousing, right? I mean, as long as you lead the revolution, then it's fine. Now, if you like this channel, for whatever reason, take into account that I also have a live stream channel, and there's a link into the pinned comment. If you click it, it takes you there. And also, if you want the best buyer's remorse on the internet, you will not find any better. You can just also go into the pinned comment section, and it will take you to my Subscribe Star, where you can support the channel. So I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.